Hello and welcome to CAPO Analytics. This is the Screener Applet tutorial. Alright, so this is used for both screening stocks based on fundamental conditions and backtesting them using the same strategy. Uh, there are 4 queries you can use right up here. So let me try using a few examples. That, and that. And I'll add this in just. Okay, so just a rundown. Um, Everything works on SQL, so all the queries are the same. And right here you'll see a list of all the variables you can use along with their explanations if you hover over them. So let's try getting stocks with a market cap above 25 million, because that's always really good. If you rule out the nano caps, this is your investable universe. Okay, and then let's just pick PE ratio greater than 0. And then we'll sort by PE, ascending. You can also choose descending. And then choose a limit of 50 stocks. You can also choose a percentile of 10%, but that's usually done in back testing. Also, this little button here is how you remove. Alright, so let's screen these stocks. And there you go. So these are investable stocks with the lowest PEs ratios in this year and this quarter on this date. This is their price on this date. You can also screen over different periods, so you can screen over entire years. You can also screen based on quarterly data, not just annual data. And that's the screen button used for that. And then the backtest button uses these same conditions, but backtests your strategy over a historical period. With this data, it's back to 1998. And then it'll give you certain metrics to test whether your strategy is a good option. And since that's a slow load, let me show you. I've got a few pulled up already. Here's the return for the past 5 years of just the entire investable market. So if you had a very broad index fund, equiweighted, these are the amount of stocks in your sample. These are the stocks in the population. This is the return of your sample. Year of the sample. Cumulative return, right here. Geometric return. Arithmetic. Standard deviation, or risk. And your return coefficient, which, keep in mind, use the arithmetic, which is more in line with Sharpe ratios and those kind of metrics. It's the more appropriate one. And to do this was backtested over 5 years, so we just chose 5 years. You could also backtest it quarterly. If you just select this, it'll rebalance every quarter. And another strategy you could just try right here. This is if you wanted to see test a strategy of low PE stocks. So you'd find investable universe with PE ratios that are not null. You just make sure they exist. This is why you add this condition right here. And do that for all the variables you're testing. It's better to do that. And then you sort them. Grab the lowest 10%. And you'll find that here. And these are your metrics for that strategy. So you can see that based on the overall market return and return coefficient, low PE stocks do perform better. And they do perform better on a risk-adjusted basis. And then if you wanted to build a portfolio, you'd do something like this. Say you wanted high dividend paying stocks, investable universe, price greater than 0, dividends, they are paying dividends, and then you get your dividend payout ratio, dividend yield, sorry, and then the highest, you sort it by the highest and grab the top 50 of each, and this is your annual return and your return coefficient, so it's also not a bad strategy. Yeah, so that's how you backtest, and we showed you how you screen. This right here is like for all the other things, how you create more than one screen or portfolio. Here's how you create a new one, empty. You can add all the things you want. You can also open up different ones like I've been showing you, or just delete it. Talked about this, quarterly, annually. And this is how you choose your sampling period. And that's all.